We now recognize Honorable Swart from the ACDP.
Thank you, House Chair. House Chair, it is the central role of the state to protect its citizens and uphold the rule of law. Now, the ACDP believes that it is largely failing in this regard, despite the best efforts of thousands of dedicated judges, magistrates, court officials, and prosecutors. The criminal justice sector is struggling to cope with the high levels of crime and violence, and the average law-abiding citizen feels overwhelmed by the lawlessness pervading the nation. Consider the high levels of gender-based violence, senseless murders, robberies, hijackings, and kidnappings. One can add ongoing taxi and trucker wars, the construction mafia, corrupt tenders running to billions of rands, the coal, and diesel syndicates, the copper mafia, illegal mining, state capture and the looting of SOEs, theft of rail infrastructure, bribery and kickbacks, political assassinations, and corrupt municipalities. The list is almost endless. The ACDP has called for more resources to be made available for law enforcement and the NPA to respond to this lawlessness. This in the knowledge that the most effective deterrent to crime is the sure knowledge that a perpetrator will be arrested, successfully prosecuted, and sentenced to a lengthy period of imprisonment. Sadly, there appears to be very little deterrent to crime in the country, and South Africans are understandably demanding that more must be done to ensure that criminals are placed behind bars and stolen state funds recovered. And the ACDP agrees. The NDPP recently estimated that 1.5 trillion has been lost to corruption. Just think what could be done with this additional funds to stimulate the economy, create jobs, and assist the poorest of the poor. We commend the work done by the SAU as well as the NPA, including the Investigative Directorate and Asset Forfeiture Unit. The successful preservation order for the Gupta-owned Optimum mine of 3 billion rand is welcome, and we look forward to the next 6 months, which Advocate Batohi said would be, quote, seminal in the prosecution of state capture and corruption cases. The committee's recent visits to courts and buildings in several provinces revealed the deplorable, shocking state of courts. Not only are some of them so neglected that they are structurally unsafe, court cases cannot be held in these buildings, and this cannot be allowed to continue. The ACDP has also expressed its concerns about the arrests arising from the COVID-19 regulations, where many citizens were unaware that paying an admission of guilt fine resulted in them having a criminal record. We do believe that it is desirable not to make criminals of citizens for these minor offences, and we are pleased that the department will look at the Judicial Matters Amendment Bill later this year. I thank you, House Chair.